Hey, it's Mr. Cool underscore 4K60. This is the Gladiator Hulk statue by Sideshow. Unboxing and review. Enjoy the video. Okay, now for the review. The things I like about this statue is the portrait. He has that raging look, that angry look like the Hulk should be. Nice. And I like the different type of shade and detail and skin texture. And wrinkling in his face gives the statue some facial expression detail. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is when you key in the portrait, the necklace that the Hulk is wearing covers up the seam line. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is you can see the vein detail in the Hulk neck and skin texture. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the metal armor pieces with the different type of shade and detail and texture and dense and rusted look. Nice. And I like how the armor pieces have some scratch marks to give the statue some battle damage detail. It looks like real metal. Another thing I like about this statue is the weapon that he's holding in his hand, how it's not all perfect. It has that battle damage detail, and the metal looks like it's been melted together to make this weapon. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they sculpted the muscle detail. He looks strong, and you can see the veins popping out like the Hulk should be. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they did the skin texture. The skin is textured, not just smooth and painted in with skin texture. It's both skin textured and painted in with skin texture. You can really see the skin texture pores and all the line detail that be in skin texture. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they did the leather detail. It has that old cracked up ashy leather look and it's flowing with the wind and it fits with the pose that he's in, and I like how it has that textured look. It looks like real leather. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they did the different type of shade and detail and skin texture on this alien creature called the Corker. I like how there's a color tan between each wrinkle and crack of the Corker's skin texture. This gives the Corker some more skin texture detail instead of just leaving it one color. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the way that you can see the imprint of the Hulk's hand gripping and squeezing this creature's head. You can see the bone structure, knuckles, skin texture, and vein detail in the Hulk's hand. Nice, that's good quality. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they painted the detail in the creature's teeth. Now, one thing I don't like about the teeth is how they don't look like that clear see-through resin real enamel looking teeth like the dragons on my Wonder Woman vs. Hydra statue. I think the teeth of the creature that's on the Gladiator Hulk statue should look more like this. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they did the tongue on the Corker creature. It has that texture and detail like a real tongue. But one thing I don't like about this statue is the way the tongue is made on the creature. It's a more solid looking tongue. It's not that clear see-through resin glossy looking tongue like on my Wonder Woman vs. Hydra statue. Another thing I like about the Gladiator Hulk statue is the detail on the broken chain that's on the bottom of the base right here. I like how it has that good shade and detail like a real rusty metal chain. One thing I don't like about this statue is the Corker creature on the base has a big seam line when you key in this tentacle. And one way I fix the statue by covering the seam line is to paint where a little bit of tan where the seam line is at. Paint a little bit of tan on the inside and outside of the edges of the seam line. That tan color makes the seam line blend in a little bit with the tan color that's in between the creature's wrinkled skin texture. And this will make the seam line look more like the creature's skin texture and not a seam line a little bit. Another thing I like about this statue is the Corker spiky tentacle parts, how it looks like a dangerous creature with these spiky parts. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the sword in the base. The sword on the base looks like the Hulk was battling with two weapons instead of one. It looks like he was battling with both weapons, one in each hand, but he dropped the sword so he can hold the creature with his other hand. Nice. I like how the sword has that good shade and detail. It has that battle damage look. With the scratch marks and tiny dents, it has that metal texture detail. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they did the detail on this tan fabric wrapped around his arm. This tan fabric has some good shade and detail, wrinkles and texture like real fabric, but it's sculpted. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the way they did the rock on the base right here. It has some good shade and detail and rock texture, and it has a little bit of gloss to it to give it that wet rock look. Nice. And I like the way they sculpted the Hulk's teeth. It has some good shade and detail, and it has a little bit of gloss to the teeth to give it that realistic look. Nice. Another thing I like about this statue is the pose. He's in this crouching pose, holding down this creature he defeated and about to uppercut his opponent with his weapon. Nice. I give this statue a 9.5 out of 10 because I think the corker creature on the base tongue and teeth could have been done better. But other than that, I still like the statue. I think it's a high quality detail statue, but I think the statue is missing some detail like stitching detail. It's stitching detail in some areas, but it's not stitching detail where it should be stitching detail. Another thing I like about this Gladiator Hulk statue is that it's a companion piece to my Sideshow's Thor statue to make it look like Gladiator Hulk versus Thor like in the movie, but it's the comic book version as statues. Nice. This is my Gladiator Hulk statue by Sideshow, unboxing and review.